Hello, and welcome to another video. As you can tell, I filmed this right after the recent one, which you saw last week. But I wanted to get this one out of the way too, since I did a lot of research on it. Today I'm going to talk about fasting. So I'm talking about that because I'm going to try to do the Ramadan fast, which is a Muslim tradition. But I'm not going to do the full month. I want to try it out for a week. So Ramadan, this is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. It is observed by Muslims worldwide as a month of fasting, communal prayer, reflection, and community. It is also the month in which the Quran is believed to have been revealed to the Islamic prophet Muhammad. So, why am I doing this as a Buddhist? Well, I'm curious. I've been wanting to try it for years. At least try to step in it slow, like I said, doing it for a week instead of the full month. Respect is another reason, because I really do respect what they're going to be going through this whole month on this fasting. It is a very hard undertaking. I've seen people practice it before, and there's so much temptation to break that fast. Teaching myself mindfulness and control. By practicing this, I will further my understanding of being mindful and in being able to control. So by that, I'm not like a huge gluttony eater, I'll say. I do snack here and there, but it'll show me, hey, I really don't need to snack here and there. And on the mindfulness part, it's me understanding my body. This is just understanding when my body's feeling fatigued here and there, when it actually does need energy. And it's also going to improve my mental strength to be able to go, no, I promised to do this for a week, so I shouldn't eat right now. So do Buddhists fast? That is a question I had, because I heard yes and I heard no. So yes, some Buddhists fast. It kind of depends on the tradition you follow. So it is a method of self-discipline, purification, and to reduce desire. Buddhists typically do it by skipping an evening meal, eating from only dawn to noon, observing the 8 precepts on the full and new moon days, Uposatha. It is not a mandatory daily requirement for all. Fasting is a respected voluntary practice in various Buddhist traditions. So now, here are the rules comparing the Buddhist fasting to the Islamic fasting. So the rules for Buddhist fasting is no food from noon until sunrise the next morning. And then you got Uposatha observation coincides with special days. That's the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, and the 23rd of the lunar month. And then, as I said in the description, you observe the 8 precepts, which I've gone over before. You also refrain from dancing, singing, music, shows, perfumes, and cosmetics. Refrain from using high or luxurious sleeping places. While you cannot eat solid foods, liquids are allowed. Fruit juice with no pulp, water, tea, honey, and herbal drinks are permitted in the afternoon. So now we're going to go on to the Ramadan fasting. So for Ramadan, abstain from all food and drink, including water, and sexual relations from dawn to sunset for 29 to 30 days. So they're a little bit stricter on that. So if you get thirsty, you can't down a drink. You have to power your way through it. But there is an exception, which I'll go over after this next thing. The next thing is intention. It's the daily mental intention to fast. So that means you need to wake up every day. As I said, with improving my mental strength, you got to wake up every day going, I'm going to fast today. I'm not going to break my fast. So the exemptions, as I've said, are children, the elderly, the sick, pregnant, nursing or menstruating women, and travelers are exempt, though missing days should be made up in charity. Behavior during the fasting, you focus on good deeds, patience, and reading the Quran. For health, it is advised to stay hydrated between iftar and suhoor. And iftar is the morning meal, and suhoor is the evening meal. And you have to avoid overeating at night and maintain a balanced diet. Because I've known people that have done this before that would gorge themselves at night. And what happens to the human body when you gorge? When it digests, you're just going to feel super hungry when your stomach shrinks. And on top of that, you could get sick. Accidentally eating. Forgetting and eating or drinking does not invalidate it doesn't invalidate you. One should immediately stop and continue the fast. So they're forgiving if you're not thinking and you just see a donut sitting there and you eat it. You're not kicked out of the fasting season. Just don't do it again. Just be like, oh shoot, I messed up. Uh, I believe in their faith. You just do a prayer on the next prayer time for forgiveness for messing up and then continue about the fast. But if you keep breaking the fast, then yeah, that kind of messes up the rules. So now going into the meals for the fast. So sahur, the breakfast, I can't talk today. It's going to contain proteins, which are eggs with spinach, cheese, or feta and olives. So protein load. Uh, it also mentioned hearty and easy meals, overnight oats or oatmeal breakfast bars for pre-dawn energy, uh, quick and nutrient-dense foods, dates and smoothies, especially banana or nut-based smoothies. Then something savory and filling, and that would go in with the eggs or savory recipes. So for breakfast, you would think, I need to carb load for today. No, it's you're pretty much, from what this is saying, you're loading up on protein and fiber. Key tips to sustain your energy. Stay hydrated. So it does suggest to drink a lot of fluids in the morning. Again, don't overdo it. I think it said 5 or 6 cups of water. And then balanced nutrition. Combine healthy fats, nuts, seeds, and avocado with protein and fiber. Again, it's not mentioning anything unhealthy. So no morning carb loading. Here's the avoidance. Avoid excessive salt, high sugar foods, or refined carbs that lead to premature hunger. So like I said, if you carb load in the morning or in the evening, or if you gorge on food, you're going to feel hungry. So now we're going to move on to the dinner, iftar. And it mentions you got to start slow. So you break the fast with dates and water or juice to rehydrate and replenish the body. So when the sun goes down and the time for the fast breaks, you don't go, all right, bring out the plates. No, it's a slow process, because if you bring out those plates and just start gorging at the end of the day, you're going to get sick. Now, what it's saying for dinner, nutrient dense, whole grains, lean proteins, and plenty of vegetables. And then avoiding excess. Limit deep-fried, salty, and over-sugary foods to prevent discomfort and weight gain. Because, fun fact for those of you that are watching that don't look into health stuff too much, if you fast or cut what you're eating dramatically, your body's going to go into shock and start storing. So when your body does that and you're gorging and eating all the sugar stuff, it's going to store it and have the opposite effect, where instead of losing weight, you're gonna put it on pretty fast. Again, hydration. Drink plenty of water throughout the evening. And then it also mentions you could do a second light meal before you go to sleep, like oatmeal, yogurt, eggs, or fruit. So by the time you see this video, it will be on Ramadan day, and I will have started. And I'm going to practice it for a week. So that Wednesday to the next Wednesday, just to see how it goes for that week. And out of respect for the religion and the culture, during my morning and then my fast breaking meals in the evening, no pork. I am not going to touch any pork that entire week, although in general I really rarely eat it, because pork is, you got to be careful, it's a dangerous meat for those of you that eat it. But thank you for watching as usual, and to the Muslims that are coming in out of curiosity, trying to see how a Buddhist handles this, thank you for coming as well. I hope you have I guess a good thing for this is a healthy week till my next video. And for those of you that are practicing this fast as well, I wish you the best, and I do respect all you're going through during this fast. So thank you for watching. Namaste.